Sports Tonight is back again. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Glad to have you join us once again to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan on the show tonight. We'll continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. I'll also let you know how Nigerian teams are giving that final push to ensure that they get qualification places to the Tokyo 2020 games. One of them, women's volleyball, badminton, they are pushing. They want to represent Nigeria at the Olympics. I'll let you know what they are doing also on the show tonight. I'll give you updates coming from the Karate Federation of Nigeria. What are they doing to promote the sports in the country? We'll talk about it. It's a Thursday night. Sonny Young is standing by in Washington, D.C. to give us updates coming from the NBA. Will we be testing anyone for the alien DNA tonight? I'm taking a look at James Harden. He's been giving us some incredible figures. When Sonny Young comes in, we're going to talk about that one big time on the show tonight. We're also counting down to the 2020 Australian Open. That's the first Grand Slam of the year. And so our tennis players are giving those final warm-up matches to ensure that they get into the competitive mood. I will quiz Sonny Young tonight. I'd like to know those players that he will be tipping to win the first Grand Slam of the year. We'll talk about the 2020 Australian Open tonight on the program. I'll also not just talk about the power of sports tonight. I'll let you feel the power of sports. Last week, I was at the National Stadium to see some special athletes play wheelchair basketball, and then I crossed over to Teslim Balogun to see some of them compete at the Para Table Tennis Championship. I was wild. At the same time, I got emotional. I met Stacey Obadave. I'm sure you saw her in that report that I did. Stacey lost her leg when she was going for her friend's wedding. They said, look, they have to cut it off. She was so down. She looked at the world and this was so dark. But sports transformed her life. I'm trying to get Stacey Obadave on this show tonight so she can let us feel the power of sport, talk about her story, inspire somebody out there to say, look, if you've got a talent, I don't care the situation that you are going through, sports can change it for you tonight. I want to talk about the power of sports on the show tonight. I'll also let you know what's going on in the English Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur, they have confirmed Harry Kane will be sidelined until April. 3 months without Harry Kane, can Spurs survive? It's a big club. Jose Mourinho will now push some players to say, look, let's not miss Harry Kane, but it's going to be difficult because that's the catalyst right there in the team. But it's also January, so the transfer window is open. Let's see what Jose can do in this period that Harry Kane will be out. So just about the outlook of the show tonight, Sports Tonight, on your award-winning sports-loving channels, television. So much is going down in our world of sports. You guys are still talking about what went down yesterday. Match day 13 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. I see Rangers International fans, they are happy now. They think that their team can sustain the momentum after recording a 3-1 win over FC Fayoba yesterday in Enugu. Aqua United telling us the story of catch us if you can. Fifth straight win for the Promise Keepers since the coming of Kennedy Boboye. Fans of the NPFL, get in here. Let's talk about match day 13 of the NPFL. You guys started the discussion yesterday. Let's keep it going on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook channels-sports. Just use the hashtag MPFL. Let me know what got you talking. Fans of MFM, they also love that win over Dakada International FC, giving Dakada their first defeat on the road. That's a decent team right there. I love talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League. So let's be part of that discussion tonight on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook channels-sports, or send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. What are you talking about? You counting down to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. What do you expect from Nigeria, not just at the Olympics, but in 2020? Because that's very, very important. It's a new year. So comes new aspirations, new planning. So federations, they are now saying, look, we want to do this, we want to do that. No, it's not just talks. We talk and we must also do it. So be part of the discussion on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook channels, IFA Sports. Send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. And all our top stories can also be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube/channels web. If you log on to m.channelstv.com, you should be able to download the Channels TV app for any of those devices, as you see right there. We are everywhere. As long as you've got technology, you'll be able to watch the show wherever you are in the world. Let's do this. Let's talk sports. Start our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. 196 more days to go. 196 days to go. The Ministry of Youth and Sports, they gave us a busy December, December to remember, actually, because we cannot forget what went down with the Adopt an Athlete initiative right here in Lagos. They made everybody start saying, it's like we know what we're doing this time around. It's like we're going to do things differently. The ministry actually assured that this time it will not be a race against time. Some former athletes said, no, there's no way. With 196 days to go, then it's a race against time. But let's just hope that something small will be done. So Enefi Okudobo says, better late than never. Sheye Ogunlewe says, even if we have 20 more days to go to the Olympics, without improved welfare package for athletes, you're not doing anything, because you cannot hold athletes accountable when you don't take care of them. I think that's basic logic right there. So Sheye says, if you don't take care of me, if you don't even buy as basic as my flight ticket to competitions, when I come back, you cannot ask me, what's up? Why didn't you do well? So we need to do more in terms of improved athletes' welfare. The ministry, they've also identified funding as a major problem. And that's why they set up the Adopt an Athlete initiative. We just hope that that's one we come through. Some sports are still looking for a qualification to the Olympics. The Ministry of Youth and Sports Development in Nigeria says 11. They identified 11 sports that the country will compete in. Not just compete, but compete in a way to win medals. 11. I struggle to know 11 sports. No football, by the way. Men and women, no football. So take football out. 11. Tell me those 11 sports. Yeah, let me put it to you guys. Tell me those 11 sports that you expect Nigeria to go to Tokyo 2020 Olympics and win, not win medals, compete favorably. Let's not raise the bar so much. To compete favorably for medals, or maybe get to the final and compete for medals. Tell me 11 sports. That's what the ministry said they are doing. One of them is volleyball. Volleyball has been on the rise since the new board led by Musa Nimrod came on. Not just volleyball, beach volleyball also. But let's talk about the regular volleyball. Nigerian women's national volleyball team, they have recorded their first win because it's tough. Yeah, everyone wants to qualify for the Olympics. It's a big deal. That's the top level. So they are playing at the Olympics qualifiers in Cameroon, and they just recorded their first win when they defeated the ladies from Botswana 3-1, 25-18, 20-25, 25-20, and 25-23. They had to dig deep after losing to Egypt in their first match, and then to the host Cameroon. They say against Botswana, if we don't win, it's going to be difficult. So they pushed, and then they began the game with a high team spirit to record their first win in their third match that was played in Yaoundé. It's the Olympic qualifier. So teams are looking forward to picking last minute tickets now. So with some of the qualifiers going on, you see that everybody will be giving all their. I told you Nigeria earlier lost to Cameroon and Egypt in that Olympic qualifiers for volleyball. In beach volleyball, they are also in the final leg. They're waiting for the Confederation of African Volleyball to say the dates for the final leg and the opponents that they will play. It will be good to see Nigeria compete in volleyball. It will be a crowning glory to all of the hard work that I've seen with volleyball in the last 2 years. So let's wish them all the best in Yaoundé. Not just volleyball, another sport that has done so well that it will be good to see some of the players compete at the Olympics is badminton. So the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, BFN, they said they are working so hard to ensure that the players qualify for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. What are they doing? As part of the Federation's 2020 program, 3 of its players will attend the Olympic qualifiers in Estonia, Sweden, Uganda, Kenya, New Zealand, Finland, Netherlands, and Croatia. So I like the fact that I'm reading all of these and it's so good. But hey, it requires a lot of preparation. It requires a lot of funding, a lot of logistics, a lot of training, practice. Coaching must be top notch also. So that's the only way, because with badminton, the qualifying process continues till about 2 months to the Olympics. So it's based on your rankings that you get to qualify. The players are reigning Africa's men champion Anu Oluwapo Okpeyori, his doubles partner Godwin Olofua, and of course the queen of African badminton, Dorcas Adesokan. 3 of them, they are looking for tickets to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And I say it will be good to see, even if it's just about 2 of them go to the Olympics, just so badminton can breathe and say, look, this is good work right there, qualifying for the Olympics. According to the president, Francis Obi, the points garnered at these championships will, of course, propel the players to book a place at the Tokyo Games. Obi also stated that the Nigerian team will take part in the All-Africa Senior Championships in February. It will also serve as warm-up matches, build up to the African Senior Championships. Nigeria, by the way, defending champions in that one, went to the African Games to also win the badminton event. So you see, because of the work that the Federation, they've been doing in 2019, from 2018, 2019, they sustained the leagues, the national championships were going on. Also, the age grade competitions, the under-19s, the under-21s were busy. We also had the Badminton International Classics in Lagos. It was a busy year in 2019. So they need to do more in 2020, that is the Olympic year. Because now Anu is doing so well. Godwin Olofua is also doing well. I've also got some good badminton players also that we can look up to. Deborah isn't doing so bad. Clement Krobakpo is not doing badly also. I've got some young talents also coming up in badminton in Nigeria. A lot of persons use it for leisure. But look, if we don't give attention to it, the interest won't be pumped and won't even know that it's even a sport that is played at the Olympics, because you don't get to see your country compete in it. So all the best to Anu Okpeyori, Godwin Olofua, and Dorcas Adesokan as they look forward to qualifying for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. A lot of badminton they will be playing will be in Estonia, Sweden, Uganda, Kenya, New Zealand, Finland, Netherlands, and Croatia. That's the 2020 program. So if they do so well, and at the point that the international body says, okay, let's do the rankings now and see persons that have qualified, if they've done well from these competitions, then they can go on to the Olympics. From badminton to karate, let me let you know that the Karate Federation of Nigeria, the KFN, they have confirmed that 20 athletes and 8 officials will feature in the Made in West African Championships that will take place in Bamako, Mali. This is another good one. Because yes, we used to hear a lot about people showing interest for karate, for using it for leisure, for self-defense. But hey, it's serious business with karate. And one way that you can actually develop the sport also, create more awareness, go for competitions, get exposure. The Karate Federation of Nigeria said the country will compete in the cadets, junior, and senior categories. The Federation advised the athletes against the use of performance-enhancing drugs and other banned substances. The Federation also confirmed that the performance of athletes will determine their participation at the African Championships and the World Championships. So, karate, giving us reasons to talk sports tonight. They're getting ready for the championship that will take place in Bamako, Mali. When there's a date for it, we'll let you know. But this is a good one. It's part of ways we can assess federations that are working, particularly in the new year. When we get to talk about them, when they roll out programs, when they take our athletes out to compete, gain exposure, come back and keep working, then we know that they're serious. Because some now, we say, oh, because we're not going to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, so let's just fold our hands. No, for instance, football is not going to the Tokyo Games, but the NFF president says it's going to be a crucial year for football because we have qualifiers, the big one, the World Cup in 2022. Qualifiers will resume. There's also the AFCON coming up. So it's not about, this is Olympic year, we didn't qualify, so we're not going to do anything. So that's a good one coming from karate in Nigeria. Not just karate, taekwondo also. They've rolled out plans for 2020. And the technical director, who is also the athlete representative, Chika Chukwumerije, Olympic bronze medalist. Chika says, we must do some things in 2020 to get it right before the Olympics. One thing he mentioned is we must register our athletes in international competitions so that they can go out there and gain exposure. You see, very important. He also mentioned that as we are building these ones that are already at the top, we should discover new talents. Because taekwondo is also one sport that we can look forward to win medals at the Olympics. So Chika Chukwumerije said, we must give attention to that one. Qualify top athletes for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. So we place them and said these ones, if they go to the Olympics, they will be just fine. So he says, take them to top competitions. Let them go and fight persons that they might meet again at the Olympics because that's where they will gain exposure. That's where they will gain experience. So if this person beats me in India at a championship, and then we go again, I meet him in Germany at another championship, he beats me. I will go to another championship, we meet again. Maybe now you beat that opponent. That you're gaining experience. So when you meet at a major competition like the Olympics in Tokyo, then now you know how to approach that person. Chika Chukwumerije said we should also give attention to coaching. And this doesn't just apply to taekwondo alone. I think that document should be given to all the national sporting federations, particularly the 11 that the ministry have identified will be part of the Olympics. Let them study it. Because Chika said a lot of vital things in there. Says top competitions for top athletes, coaching must be taken seriously. Came back to say we must reinvent the wheel. Grassroots. Then go back to the grassroots. Go and discover young talents that will take over from these ones that you are already using out there. Very, very important. So as we continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, we're hoping that we get the ministry to roll out programs that might just salvage our participation at the Games. Sports Tonight on Channels Television, I asked you to tell me the 11 sports that you think will give Nigeria some comparative advantage at the 2020 Olympics, because the ministry says we're going to compete in 11. So talk to us on Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook, Channels-sports. You can send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. I want to go on this break. We'll go on this short break. Just take a time out. When we come back, we'll try to establish connection with Sonny Young in Washington, D.C., find out what Sonny Young is talking about. If Sonny is not ready, then we'll get into that discussion. I want us to feel the power of sports tonight. You're still doubting the power of sports to transform lives? When we get into that discussion, you understand. So let's go on this break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.